Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me.
Ahoy, truckers!
Hola, señor.
Truckers? There's no truckers here.
I can't say the real word.
Oh! You mean muckers, like muck divers?
Nope.
No, I think that's what you mean.
Nope.
I believe that's what you mean. ScubaRadio, Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up right now of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, and Jerry the Diver Guy.
Good day to you all.
How about that?
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. We're very formal today. That's a nice thing, I think. I don't know. What is that all about?
I believe formalities should take over this show.
Salutations.
Really? Okay. Well, you know, one of the topics we're going to talk about today is tipping on the dive boat. The reason being is that we're getting ready to go to Fiji. And something was brought up to me that I had forgotten about, traveling to Fiji and diving with the folks there. I've talked about it many, many times that the people of Fiji are remarkable, and that's what sets that destination as a dive location apart in my memory. It's just the people are super, super nice. But I had forgotten that when you go there, especially when you go to the dive resorts and you do your boat dives. I mean, you have your typical situation where you might want to throw the dive master, a tip, a little bit of money here and there, and that's fine. But in Fiji, one of the cool things is that you can go to the local villages, the people that actually work at the resorts. They bring you over to their village and they show you their life, which is really remarkable. They're very friendly. They bring you into their home. You drink kava with them and the whole thing. But one of the things that they encourage, and they don't really come right out and ask for it, but if you want to be super generous, I mean, sure, you could give them a little bit of money, and offer a tips like that. But what they really appreciate is things for the kids, like school supplies and, pencils, erasers, and things like that. Because, you're in the rainforest in Fiji. You're in the middle of nowhere. From what we're used to.
So pack some crayons.
Maybe, stuff that the kids would like. And
boy, that'll mess up the TSA. What are you doing with all this
Bulletproof
stuff?
backpacks? Oh, wait, no, that's for American kids.
Correct.
Make them ScubaRadio merch.
Maybe a little bit of that. Maybe some candy. Maybe, Barry the Bugger's holding up his Captain Crunch cereal.
Oh, God.
No, Captain Gregory Crunch.
Can we black out that screen, please?
What's the deal with that, Barry?
He's obsessed with me.
Captain Gregory Crunch cereal.
You can see this on YouTube Live.
It's the newest cereal.
Facebook and Twitch.
Okay, but why?
You could take this with you to Fiji, and the kids will love it.
No, they will deport us immediately.
I believe they call that stalking.
That's that will cause an international incident, Barry. How dare you? And the kids will.
Is that from the other show?
Yes, it is. It's from the boating thing. Because you have to eat Captain Crunch if you're a boater. Get it? I'm Barry, and I have cereal.
You brought up the Captain Crunch 2 weeks ago, mister.
Okay, just leave it alone already.
and he deeply regrets it.
Well, now he will.
So, yeah, Barry is,
Greg, you have no comment.
I believe Barry is delving deeply into copyright infringement.
Maybe. Could be.
No one wants to copy that box.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought, well, I was talking to one of my friends in Fiji. I said, maybe we bring the kids some candy. Yep.
Sure, bring them diabetes.
Exactly. That's what. No, you don't want to do that. That's not good for
Those
them.
kids are probably healthy.
Yeah,
You corrupt them.
Bring them. Like
Bring
some
in McDonald's.
stationery and pencils and things like that are really what they need.
Hey,
for their
kids,
schools.
want to lose your grown-up teeth?
No.
Hey,
no.
when I went to South Africa, Greg,
Yeah,
they
what'd you
asked
get?
me
What'd you
to
bring 'em? Yeah.
They asked me to bring number 2 pencils and chalk.
And you just brought him number
Teachers-
2. How dare you?
You misunderstood.
He brought him cigars for the
All right,
children.
Barry, pull up that Captain Greg Crunch box again.
Get some Captain Gregory Crunch today.
I present you with
golly.
dysentery.
So
But the teachers couldn't get any chalk.
right, but it did make me think about we'll have to figure out as our crew goes to Fiji here in a couple weeks, what we need to bring along, maybe to give to the villagers and the kids and all that kind of stuff. Man, and we're going to be a day in California. We can grab some stuff out there in L.A. before we head to Fiji and
I
do
think
that.
I'm
But-
going to give them gum and dynamite.
No, that's not.
I understand you can buy everything real cheap on the street.
Okay. Well, we'll buy it out of the back of someone's Ford Pinto or whatever in L.A., on the streets of L.A. And, of course, it'll be some knockoff from products from China. But what the heck? Whatever we got to do, we'll do. But it made me thinking.
You could bring
what?
little bottles of Jerry the Diver Guy's spring water.
Well, actually, one of the
They're
people.
children, Barry.
Actually, one
They
of the
won't be forever.
people told me that the adults do appreciate little bottles of booze.
I mean,
So-
who doesn't?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So you don't give that to the kids, but maybe something there might be something.
Make
there
sure
too.
you don't get arrested for bringing little bottles of booze to the adults.
Well, that is true. You got to figure that one out, and we'll see what's up with that. But
Well, you'll end up in prison, and your cellmate will have a box of Captain Crunch waiting for you.
I bet you will.
There
That's-
it is.
That you'll live on that and that alone.
Stop moving! You're spilling the milk.
But it made me think about a topic we haven't really addressed much on Scuba Radio, especially recently.
Spilling the milk?
No, tipping on the dive boat. And I started thinking,
I always bring cash.
well,
always
right,
tip.
and we do, but
Don't look at me when you say that.
Well,
I
no,
always
but
tip.
I'm thinking that maybe bringing products instead of money. Do you think that? I mean, I've tipped.
It's kind of a pain in the ass.
I've tipped-
Money's easier.
Well, I've tipped lobster tail before. Well, when I said, "Hey, we caught some bugs," and I told the dive master, "I'm like, here, go ahead and take my 2 or 3 tails." Well, of course, I limited it out. So the limit of the day, I'm gonna give them to you.
So you
and they're
gave away your undersized lobster?
I did not have undersized lobster. I had limited out
Oh.
6 lobsters during mini season or during regular season.
Of legal size.
Of right now, yes. And I've used that in lieu of a tip before. Not very often, only because I haven't. No, wait, no, that's true. No, that's not true. Because I always usually eat them, and then I'll give them cash.
Forgive me if I'm skeptical.
But it may, I mean, if you
I
had
can't
little.
recall that in any recent memory.
I can tell you what, if I offered up some little bottles of booze or rum or something to my dive master, I think they would be pretty happy with that scenario too. Just knowing, some of the operators that we've dealt with in the past, you know what I mean? And so I don't know. Have you ever thought about, instead of tipping money, tipping a product,
You
giving
mean
them
but it
like a number 2 pencil? Have you
kind of
ever
a
given them a
pain-
number 2 pencil? Here, take one of these. I was gonna give you.
Amazon gift card.
I was gonna give you $5, but I got a number 2 pencil.
Not in the States.
It's new. It hasn't even
He's
been
like,
shipped.
bend over.
How about a trapper keeper?
No,
I remember those.
No, I don't know. So, am I alone here? Have you guys considered that as a possibility to
No,
tip on the
never.
boat? Vinny Two Tanks probably has. Yeah, he does stuff for Spare Air, and
He
you've
gives them
left.
a pumpkin.
You've given some people on the dive boat like a Spare Air at the end of a liveaboard trip before, haven't you, Bear?
Oh, I do every trip. I usually give one to somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. See, so you can use, and they appreciate that kind of stuff. That's a pretty pricey element too.
Actually,
I'm
the
sure
bottom.
that I'm sure the children would enjoy a Spare Air.
No, see, Casey, stay up with the class, will you?
Blow up our balloons.
Oh my gosh! All right, see, this is going nowhere. We'll get back on track next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula.
You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hi, Larry. Florida's spiny lobster season is open and the divers are coming for us.
Fear not, my quaking crustacean. We're way too fast for those bubble-blowing morons.
But they have the equalizer.
The equalizer?
The equalizer is a lightweight lobster snare with a one-handed band-powered trigger that grabs lobsters fast. Get your equalizer now at Florida dive retailers and at lobstersnare.net.
Larry, duck in. I can see your antenna.
Yikes.
The equalizer lobster snare at lobstersnare.net.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Mermaid Cat.
What are you doing here?
You can check me out at mermaidcat.com.
Holy moly!
In the meantime, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
That's some language you got there.
Now here's a guy. If he was a merman...
But why would you even say that?
I might let him penetrate the mucous membrane of my mermaid tail.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Greg, the dive master.
Yes, master.
Now get away from me, you sick bastard.
You are one sick bastard, you know that? But I like your style.
Well, thanks. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Speaking of mermaids, we got one with us, I believe, connected as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Mermaid Kristen, who is coming to Fiji with us, is on her way to a mermaid festival. Is that right, Kristen? What's going on?
I've already been at it. I've been at it since 8 o'clock this morning. We're taking a break right now. It's super hot, and we're going to go get some food and getting some AC in the truck.
Got it. So wherever you go, it's a mermaid festival. Isn't that the case? But or is this a special event that you attended this morning?
It's a special event I attended today. So where I'm from in Virginia, it's called the Northern Neck, which is why my mermaid handle or name, I call myself the Northern Neck Mermaid. And Colonial Beach Chamber of Commerce contacted me and asked me if I would do an appearance since I have missed the title of Miss Mermaid Virginia for the last 2 years.
Right.
And being the Northern Neck Mermaid.
It makes sense.
We went there and we made a trade and sold some of my boyfriend's mom ornaments while and sat at the booth and let people take pictures and stuff.
Love it.
That's what we've been doing all day.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. Mermaids go out there and shake hands, kiss babies, or kiss hands and shake babies.
I had baby in my lap today. I did have that.
Okay, well, there you go. That could happen in Fiji too, Kristen. You're going to be a big hit with the villagers in Fiji, by the way. So we've been getting our final preparations done for that and deciding what we got to bring to Fiji for the villagers, for the folks when we go and visit them, and bring little gifts. And right now, between the four of us, me, CJ, Jerry the Diver Guy, and you, Jerry will be offered up as barbecue and you will just be a mermaid. So CJ and I are in pretty good shape.
I think I'm
The
going to
other two.
bring. I'm going to give them scented candles and tampons.
Wow. Okay.
Seems like you can't run out of those.
The guys are going to love that.
Don't get it mixed up, though.
Yeah. Okay. So just in the nick of time, Kristen froze.
That's not a wick.
Quit it. That is so wrong. And anyway,
I'm just trying to be helpful. You told me
you
to get
are
creative.
not helpful at all.
You said
You're-
get creative with your gifts.
We are off the rails. Thank you very
I'm trying
much.
to be practical.
Come on, Cock Johnson. What's wrong with you? Anyway, Kristen, are you ready for Fiji? Are you excited about this adventure? I mean, we're
She
like a week away.
was.
This is nuts.
Excited and nervous.
Nervous about what? We won't let him eat you. We have Jerry for that. Nah, it's going to be good. You're going to
Good
be a
one,
rock
Greg.
star. The Fijians, they love mermaids. I'm telling you. Just like, well, mermaids are like the universal language around the world. But in Fiji, last time we were there about 10 years ago, we had our mermaids in tow. Oh my gosh, they went crazy. They loved it. It's going to be quite a thing. Not to mention the diving. Let's not forget about the diving they have in Fiji.
No one's forgotten about the diving. We're all
Okay.
thinking about the diving. You're
Yeah.
the one that's talking about everything but diving.
Well, excuse me. That's just what
kind
we
of
do.
diving?
Butt
No,
diving.
This show's about diving. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
always
He
talks
forgets
about
it all
that.
the time.
Wrong. You know, last week they saw
What is it, Greg?
whales.
What blank radio?
Huh?
The show is blank radio.
The world's worst radio show devoted to everything but diving.
Okay. All right. Well, it could be a little bit of that too. But yeah, they saw whales. How do you like the idea of diving with whales?
Love it.
Kristen. That'd be kind of cool, huh? Want to mark that one off the list? Whales? Yeah. Uh-oh. We're losing Kristen. She's driving out of range. All right. Well, that's fine. Kristen, get back to it. Get packed, whatever you got to do. And we'll catch up with you here maybe next week. We got one more live show before we head to Fiji. And then we're going to do 2 full broadcasts of the show from the Fijian Islands and the 3 different resorts that we're planning to visit for a few days.
God willing.
Yes. Paradise. We're going to Paradise in Taviuni. We're going to Voli Voli in the on the area of Reki Reki with Steve-O is there. And the Darling family, which is going to be truly unique and amazing.
Weren't they in Peter Pan?
They might have been. It's very possible. They're Kiwis. You know, they're from New Zealand, so they've been all over. So they probably have been.
Wasn't it like Wendy Darling and weren't there? Never mind.
Yeah. He's been drinking. It's Scuba Radio Happy Hour. That's
drinking,
fine.
as you can tell.
Yeah.
Coffee.
And then the other one is Bengal Lagoon Resort. And that's where they get the shark dive. And I did talk to them this week. It's not guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Got it.
I did talk to them about doing their special shark dive there between Bengal Lagoon and let's see, Pacific Harbor.
We definitely need to do
where they
that.
have this massive tiger sharks.
I'll give them a crap ton of number 2 pencils for that.
You're going to give them some number 2, I'll guarantee you, if it's anything like it was 10 years ago when I was there. Because it was big old sharks. I mean, we're talking, monsters. I'd never seen sharks that big on a shark dive.
Awesome.
Right up in your face. So we got that possibility. But, we're going to go with the flow. I mean, the weather could be a factor. We're only spending about 3 nights at each place. So we're going to be moving around quite a bit. And we're going to bring everyone along by doing the show from Fiji. And a lot of the diving we'll cover as much as we can. But a lot of it's going to be that cultural experience that we have with the local Fijians and visiting their villages. Maybe we'll give them a little stuff, drink some kava with them, put on a grass dirt, coconut bra.
You're way more into the cross-dressing than I am. I'm
it's
not going halfway across the world to not dive.
No, we're going to dive every opportunity we have, CJ. But unfortunately, you can't spend 24/7 underwater. And what makes Fiji so much different is that you have this topside attraction element to Fiji that really sets it apart.
Greg,
it's
nobody
really
wants
remarkable.
to see you in a Sulu.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh,
and
my.
and you are one of them. You know you are, Bubble Boy. The pictures are out there, and I can't have CJ and Jerry and Kristen, for that matter, embarrass me or create an incident with the Fijian people. You
Why
guys
would
are going to
we
have
do
to
that?
step up
We'll be on our
and not
best
be
behavior.
rude.
We'll be on our best
Put on your suit, put on your dress, and love it.
Yeah, that's cultural appropriation, Greg. You're forcing that on me.
No, that is being respectful.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
Of the local island folk
I'm
there
offended.
in Fiji. No, yeah. Well, you're going to offend
I'm going
them
to
all.
file a complaint.
Yeah. I noticed Jerry's being awfully quiet
I'm going to tell your
Yeah,
wife
wait till
and
you-
she'll shut this broadcast
Wait till you
down.
see Jerry in his mankini scuba diving.
Actually, if he stands up right now, I think he's preparing. He's wearing a grass skirt. I hope. I hope he is. Actually, you know what? Don't stand up. Let's just play it safe. More coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Lisette, and I will be your bartender at Titico Bar in Seba. Come on and sit me, but until then, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now, here is a one sexy man, Ray, the dive master.
There you go. There you go. You only took 3 drinks and 2 tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am the sexy man he's referring to right there, I believe. I'm going to go with that. CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. And connected via the web, we have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, made up of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, and Jerry the Diver Guy. And Jerry is pretty excited about going to Fiji, I know. And are you packed, by the way? Because you should be by now.
No.
It's a week out, Greg. What the hell?
Yeah.
More than a week.
You guys got to prepare.
No, I don't. I got to throw like 2 things in a suitcase.
Wrong!
At your discretion.
That is so wrong.
You said pack light.
Yes. But you need to make sure you got everything you need, though.
Don't forget your number 2 pencils.
Well, that may be what we need to throw in there, too. But we can pick that up in California. We don't need.
No, it'll be 5 times the price.
There are no pencils in California.
What?
Come
on,
you
There are no
100 packs.
pencils.
You could buy 100 packs with what you pay tax out there.
Huh.
Yeah, they're not allowed to, Greg. You could be sharpened and used as a weapon.
Well, that is.
And it's almost similar to an educational instrument. There is no education in California. Just
All right.
pay your taxes.
Vinny? Well, actually, I was going to ask Vinny, and then I'm like, well, he's a living, breathing example of what California can produce, right? No comment from Vinny.
muted.
Yes.
Vinny says Greg is number 1.
Yes, well, that's okay. But yeah, we are going to have a day in California to hang with Vinny Two Tanks before we head out to Fiji. And I don't know, did Vinny, did you get the email? You know, I got his tickets to America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Super convincing.
Oh yeah.
Don't let it
The enthusiasm.
Well,
wow.
I'm not too big about the LA area,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
mainly because I don't like getting into traffic. So
Well, there's that. And, Vinny Two Tanks, I mean, he really doesn't like dealing with the paparazzi.
Vinny two tanks of gas.
So, yeah, he's just, the whole Hollywood scene, he's over it. He's been out there his whole life pretty much, right?
yeah, I can't think of the last time I've been to Hollywood. So
Right. It's like, I don't need you losers. Come on. You're a posers, bunch of posers.
I mean,
Like Vinny Two Tanks, who spends day in and day out in his house.
Painting pumpkins.
Painting pumpkins, yeah.
Right.
Right. By the way,
Playing with
did you?
his cat that attacked him a while ago.
What else should we do in California before we head to Fiji there, Vinny? Other than maybe catch a show like America's Got Talent or, walk the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Rainbow. Lunch at the Rainbow. Whiskey.
I'm not a tourist. I really don't.
Well, what do you do for fun when you're out there? You don't dive in California. You say it's too cold. You go to Catalina. I understand that, but when you're living there day in and day out, you go out of your house at least once a week?
Oh no, I'm out all the time.
Okay, all right.
I happen to live near two major bike trails, and I have
He's a biker. He's a biker, guys.
And I have an electric bike now, so I'm out quite a bit. I swim every day at the local plunge to keep my kicking
girlish figure in check,
strength,
right?
Keep my kicking strength in check.
Yep, that's what I said. All right, and then so you do that, and but as far as so obviously you're biking through parks and things out there in California, right?
Right, I can drive. Yeah, I'm right by, like I say, two major bike trails, so I can go for miles safely on a bike trail. So that's what I've been doing a lot lately.
All right, but don't they have the thing out there with they got a problem with the mountain lions? Are you ever afraid that the mountain lions are going to get you when you're on your bike because you're moving fast? You look like a gazelle that they're going to eat.
I don't worry about the small
He
stuff
lives
like
life
that.
on the edge, is what he's trying to
right,
say. Understood. Okay. All right.
If he's not afraid of the sharks, why would he be afraid of the mountain lions?
True. So true, Barry. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
But as far as like Hollywood, you don't like to go out to see any of the shows that they produce out there.
Usually,
Tonight Show, whatever.
If I do anything, I usually go to the beach. And hang out at the beach communities like Huntington Beach or.
Yeah.
Have you ever trolled for homeless people?
What? The hell? I didn't know that was a thing. Is that's a thing?
Drop $1 off a bridge on a rod. You troll for homeless people.
When I ride the bike trails, guess where all the homeless people live? They're everywhere. It's pretty. It's a scene.
Greg loves the homeless people, don't you, Greg?
I've ridden through miles of just tents, man.
So you use that as like a slalom course for your bike riding?
I can't avoid it because the riverbed is a popular place to live.
Okay.
If you don't have a home.
Yeah. Let's offend everyone today.
I didn't tell you how it is.
Right.
We're only offending the homeless, and they don't have radios.
Well, okay, maybe there's that. Yeah, but what about Venice Beach? Going out there and pumping iron and stuff like that.
That's a little far from where LA is pretty big. We call it Los Angeles, but we're a bunch of cities backed up against. So that's a good 50 miles away from where I live. So I usually never go up that neck of the woods.
That's a 4-hour drive, and
with the traffic and everything.
Well, it could be right. But as far as if you're going to go to a beach, that'd be a pretty cool beach to go to, though, wouldn't it? With all the freaks.
Oh yeah, well that's
go hang with the freaks. We'd feel right at home.
It's like Hollywood. It's a lot of people go. That's where a lot of tourists go.
Think about that. Well, wouldn't Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut? Going to Venice Beach in California would be like going home. It'd be like hanging with your homies.
No.
I used to hang on Venice and toes, and
that explains everything. Yeah, that explains so much. But yeah, that's where all the crazies go. So I would imagine our crew would feel right at home. Vinny, don't you think?
Well, if you like that type of it, if you like that.
Well, obviously, look at the people you're hanging with right now. A bunch of nutcases. We're all crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd much feel better being at Lauderdale by the Sea than I would be at Venice Beach. Let's put it
Okay.
that way.
Well, I am planning to check in with Captain Cocktail. They're actually planning their next South Florida diving event, which, believe it or not, it's already time for to plan a haunted dive for Halloween. Have you guys ever done one of those?
No.
Yes.
Barry, you're right down there. Why haven't you done this?
The only haunted dive I ever thought of was the one that Slate does down in the Keys, where he carves up the pumpkins.
Well, that's not a haunted dive. That's a pumpkin carving underwater.
So
it's a totally different type of dive.
I've never heard of a haunted dive then.
I had a haunted dive every year at Crazy Dog Scuba.
And what did you do? Just show up?
No, I hung mannequins under the matter of fact, not at the shop in there anymore. I imagine the mannequins and the grave sites are still down the bottom of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
probably
sounds kinda
really
spooky.
haunted now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you left them there for sure, but yeah,
Well, I wasn't gonna bother with dragging them up.
I don't know.
So is this a night dive with a
I
bunch
don't know.
of people hiding behind?
We'll call Captain Cocktail, or AKA Jeff Terode at South Florida Diving Headquarters, and find out exactly what they're planning to do. But they've been doing this the last few years, and I can't believe, Barry, you didn't know about it.
I've never heard of it. No.
Yeah. I mean,
He has to go diving to find out about it.
Well, he does.
I do go diving.
Yeah.
He has to leave his electronics room.
There's only rumors that
I
they're
can't
going to
have
have
things to build.
Jerry the diver guy and his mankini floating above the dive group on a night dive, and then sneaking up on them.
That'd give me nightmares.
Oh heck yeah! Just the mental image made me throw up a little in my mouth.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
When I was a kid, I got hooked on watching nonfiction television in the guise of the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau was huge.
They were on about once a month, and it wasn't just the ocean. He would go into like lakes and stuff. I remember once he went into Lake Titicaca in South America, and they took the submarines. And he said, we took the submersibles to the bottom of Lake Titicaca. Much to our surprise, we found nothing but titties and caca. That's the joke we said the next day in junior high.
Let's get underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. We got Barry the Bugger. We got Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy. Connected via the web is the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. All right, I was hoping I could get our buddy Jeff on about the haunted dive, but I'm not connecting right now. So there seems to be an issue, or maybe they're setting up their haunted dive this early. You got to prepare for these things.
He's ignoring your calls. You should be used to that.
Good point.
But don't let it stop you.
I shouldn't have. I should have used the other number.
You should have tipped his crew with pencils.
Well, he's running a business. He's busy.
Yes, well, there's that. I guess there is that.
But there's also promoting the business.
Well, there's that too. That's right. He shouldn't be doing that, but he's trying. He told me about it. But, I think what
We'll get him.
They take a wreck down in South Florida, and they dress it up like a haunted house kind of thing. So they do like balloons and put sheets over them. And turn them into, like ghosts floating above a wreck.
They could use crabs instead of spiders.
Well, they could, yeah.
Crabs kind of look like big spiders.
So
they could use glow lights inside the.
They use the glow lights,
glow sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely do that. But actually, the crab thing's pretty good. You just get some like chicken bones, put some chicken bones on the deck of the boat, and that would attract the crabs. That'd look pretty creepy, wouldn't it? And act like it's human bones. It's really chicken bones. Man, we could do this. Maybe we ought to do this and start charging big time for
boxes of Captain Greg.
Shut up, Barry!
God damn it!
Shut up, Barry!
Makes no sense. That's the thing.
Well, that's just what Barry does.
Hey, we could
makes no
haunt
sense.
out behind the tiki hut at Captain Walt's.
Well, that we could do that too. That could be part of. Well, that should be the happy hour or the party afterwards.
Yeah,
if you
that's not-
survive the haunted dive, maybe that's your payday. You get to hang at the Gomez Hilton Tiki Bar.
What's your poison?
And then they'll have a bunch of like haunted drinks, like smoke and everything.
Yeah, dry ice.
Yeah, some of that.
Love
Yeah,
it.
So we can do this.
Love it.
But you use balloons. You could take an old wetsuit and fill it up with leaves. Well, that wouldn't work. That works.
you say that every year.
I know.
Every year you talk about that.
Not itchy at all.
No, I've done that. But
You
for your
stuff leaves
displays.
in your wetsuit?
Yeah, and then you have like a corpse that you can throw out on the lawn, scare all the
No,
little kids.
I thought you said you'd done that.
He did say
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah.
you've stuffed leaves in your dry suit.
Well, in a wetsuit, yeah, and created like a.
And then probably never use that wetsuit ever again.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
he's got like
there's-
50 of them.
True. I mean, well, you just rinse it off. I mean, take the leaves out. And
I
you
could
rinse
do
it,
that to
put
my
it
old
again.
one that I
Yeah,
don't wear anymore.
Yeah.
I love it. What do you use for a head? Just a big styrofoam head?
No, headless. Of course, it's Halloween. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
you
just
have
the wetsuit with
you
no
have the
head.
pumpkin heads sitting
You
right
could
next
get like
to
a
it.
skull and pop that
No,
on
use
there.
a pumpkin, you big dummy. Come on.
Or you get a sign. You get a signed pumpkin from Vinny, the pumpkin painter.
True. You could have him make you one. That's right.
Custom pumpkin job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Taking orders
Sold
now.
on Amazon.
It's pretty creepy. The little eyes and ears and face and nose, everything. He puts
Messed
on
up
those.
teeth.
Yeah. Oh, Harry.
Chiclets. Look at those
Oh,
chiclets.
Yeah, have you even been thinking about that, Vinny? Harry the pumpkin from last year's rotted away and went on
It's time
to
for a new pumpkin.
and to grow into a new gourd. Have you thought about any inspiration for your next project when it comes to painting your pumpkin?
I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Yeah. I mean, you don't plan; you just go
Well,
with it. When
Inspiration has to strike, Greg.
yeah, you have to look at
well,
the pumpkin.
he needs his
You have to
muse.
look at your canvas, and then it just comes to you. The face that you put on it, paint on them, or what?
Uh,
I would
Good
just
answer.
I would just
I
vape. I would just vape on it.
I just start drawing, and whatever comes up, comes up.
Okay,
Give
well,
him a vape cartridge. Let him get through that, and then
Oh.
woo,
Yeah.
see what
Yeah.
happens.
all right. Well,
You know,
okay.
Artists,
creative
they
juices
don't
flow.
tell their secrets, Greg. Come on.
True, they don't. I guess.
Well, I'm in a room with a bunch of old ladies painting pumpkins. I go to the senior center,
You can't get inspiration there. I mean,
Right.
Come on.
I mean, come
But-
on.
but they got all the paints and stuff. So they provide the pumpkins, so I take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself an old lady when you go in?
Yep.
All right.
I thought he would be like the young stud.
Well, of course he is. He goes into a
All
situation
the old ladies
like that.
can't concentrate.
He's in California.
Exactly.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He has to fit in.
All right. Well, yeah, but you go in there and you become like quite the ladies' man, I assume, right, Vinny?
Well,
Yes.
I hadn't
Just say
thought
yes.
about it, but yes.
Vinny,
answer.
here's what you do, Vinny. When you walk in there, here's a good line that always works. You go,
I'm a scuba diver.
You go, hello, nice ladies.
I'm a scuba diver.
And they
You
go,
say that.
so
try
what?
It, try it, Vinny. There's your opening line.
Say it one more time. I didn't
Hello,
catch it.
nice ladies. I'm a scuba diver. There's your
Okay.
opening line. Go ahead.
I'm trained to go down.
Yeah,
Quiet.
Okay,
That's
now
enough.
we've gone too
Don't give him too much. Don't overload him. Just try that opening line there, Vinny. We're trying to help you. Go.
Okay.
You're on. Now, say it. Practice.
I forgot. What was it
forgot
again?
That's what I forgot.
We have no hope.
Cut.
No
Take
hope
two.
whatsoever. Hello, nice ladies.
Oh, hello, nice ladies.
I'm a scuba
diver.
Oh, do it with your
There you
sexy
go.
voice.
I'm good at going down.
Don't. That's too much. Too much.
Do it
Vinny,
with your
Vinny,
sexy voice.
please do that, but make sure you take a video with your phone. I need to see this.
Yes.
Okay.
And we want to get their reaction.
And when
I-
you videotape it, we don't want to see your response. We want their
Yeah,
response.
and just don't worry, they can't slap you that hard.
Right.
Okay.
You probably don't have the
But let it
shoulder
roll.
strength.
Let it roll when the authorities come in and take you away and the whole thing too. We want to get that. That'll make it go viral. Yeah. Anyway, so we've ruined what little.
Make sure you get your pumpkin done first, though.
Yeah.
Well, we've ruined what little love life Vinny has now with that, I think.
Hey, it could work. We don't know.
That is true.
Yeah,
I mean, scuba divers, senior scuba diving is kind of a thing.
They
isn't it?
call me Vinny Two Tanks.
That's right. Oh, there you go. I'm a scuba diver, and they call me Vinny Two Tanks.
I'm nationally famous on a radio show.
Yeah, you gotta.
That would work.
Yeah,
that would definitely
You
work.
may
Of
have heard of
course.
me.
Yes, but
Well, you know,
yeah. What
on the liveaboards, most of the people are above 55 usually.
Well, okay.
I mean,
And
at
that
least the liveaboards
means.
I've been on. So,
So I don't know what you're saying, Vinny. Do
well, used to dealing with old people.
you? Okay. All right.
All right, Vinny, I got another line for you. Repeat after me.
Here we go.
Hello, nice ladies.
Go ahead. Say it.
Hello, nice ladies.
They call me the Silver Fox.
Oh, because I have gray hair. Thanks.
That wasn't the line.
It's silver, damn it. Silver.
Platinum blonde. That's what I say.
Oh God.
Okay.
All right. We're giving them too much. We're overloading
very
his brain.
experienced.
I have silver sneakers.
Oh, golly. Hey, look, hour 2 is coming up. We're going to check in with Fiji Airways. They got some special service to get you to the islands of Fiji. We're going to talk to one of the people at the organization that manages that in hour 2, and much, much more coming up. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. Coming up this hour, we're going to check in with the Dive God. He's over in the Bahamas today celebrating his birthday.
Ooh, high holy holiday.
Yes.
I did not know that.
And so we got Neil Watson, Jerry Beatty and Neil Watson share the same day for their birthday. Jerry's in Indonesia, which it might be like 2:00 in the morning. So I said, don't bother. But Neil's like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm in the Bahamas. I'll talk to you guys and tell you guys can suck it, losers, since I'm over there doing that. But we'll check in with him in a little bit. We also have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy. And now we have a special guest, Sakina from Fiji Airways is with us. Sakina, how are you? And welcome.
Bula,
Bula. That's right. Yeah, we got to get the lingo down. I haven't been saying Bula Vanaka, right?
Exactly.
So Bula in Fiji is like saying hello or like
Hello.
aloha. And
It-
Bula Vanaka means what? Refresh my memory.
Hello very much.
Okay.
Bula,
Extra
bula
hello. Yeah.
has several meanings. It means love. It means hello, life. It's very versatile.
There you go.
Bula, nice ladies.
Okay. Vinny is not paying attention, but there you go. We gave him another opening line he can use. But yeah, so Sakina works with Fiji Airways, and they're going to get us over to the islands here in a little over a week, and straight from L.A. And you guys run service, by the way, from L.A. Is it other ports like San Francisco and stuff too, or is it mainly
Yeah.
just L.A.?
We're actually pretty much covering the West Coast. So that would be LA daily and San Francisco 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
We just opened Vancouver, which will have a twice weekly service starting in November, but we had a launch flight just about a week ago. And then we also have Honolulu. So
all right.
for our divers in Honolulu, they're just a hop away.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, you could pop over to Hawaii for a few days and then head over to Fiji.
Nice.
Exactly.
Do a little hops, island hopping. That would be something, wouldn't it? But yeah, Fiji Airways has been around for, they're the national carrier for the Fijian Islands. And, I was there about 10 years ago, and I was shocked then how great the air service was and how they had this running like a fine oiled machine. I mean, we're so, I don't know. We really got a long way to go when it comes to air travel in the U.S. compared to what they offer, on Fiji Airways. I mean, your economy class is like our business class, if you ask me. It's really frustrating, but very enjoyable when you have the opportunity to go to the islands. Because as soon as you get on a flight to Fiji, you kind of feel like you're in Fiji.
You're in Fiji.
Yeah.
You're greeted with a bula. You have all the smiles that make Fiji what Fiji is, which is
The
about
people. Yeah.
The people, the kindness, the selflessness, the genuine willingness to please the visitors and welcome them. Because did you know, when you go to Fiji, the first time you are a guest, but you become family. And
Yes.
so when you come back, you're a family member. They call you Vuvali and they recognize your name. It's amazing. You go to a resort, and I bet you when you go back, Greg,
Yeah.
you will go to the resorts. You'll go back to Paradise Taveudi, for example.
Right.
They will remember you, and they will remember your name, not because they've been briefed, but because they remember you. They will remember things you've done there that you probably forgot about.
I thought the statute of limitations had expired.
They will say, Bula, the great albino diver.
No, the first thing they're going to say is like, "Where's the mermaids?" That's what they're going to say. And we'll have one. We'll have one with us. So
Absolutely. And your first experience to Fiji will be indeed the national carrier, Fiji Airways, which has operated since 1951. And I like to say we are a small carrier, but we are big in service. We are actually members of the One World Alliance.
Right.
And this alliance does not accept new members unless they really pass the test. And so we have a fleet that is pretty young. We're the youngest or among the youngest fleet in the South Pacific at 4.5 years average. We
Excellent.
have a fleet that includes Airbus 330 and 350 and the Boeing 737 that are very recent. We also have our twin orders that are very recent that you will take and fly out of Nandi to go to Taveuni.
Right.
And we have excellent service. There's no doubt about it. Our business class on the Airbus 350 out of Los Angeles has is a seat. It's a 1-2-1 configuration. Everybody has aisle access, so it's very private. And the seat that we actually use on the premium cabin out of LA is the same as Qatar Airways in their business class.
Wow, and they're rated like #1 in the world, right up there. Yeah.
So we are pretty unique.
Oh, no doubt. You know, I'm really looking forward just to the flights, believe it or not, because we do this other show, Just Plain Radio, and we're going to be talking about some of those aircraft that you mentioned because the fleet is so new and young, and even when I went like 10 years ago, I was impressed with the service. But they've definitely upgraded things even since I went to Fiji years ago. So I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, we'll probably be talking about it on Just Plain Radio as well as Scuba Radio. And yeah.
What's exciting about it is also the engineering behind the newer fleet. So the Airbus 350, for example, as you know, Fiji is very involved in sustainability, and it's not just a fad. We've been really focused on this topic because it will eventually affect our livelihood, the islands, etc. So we have been talking about that. The government is part of the COP initiative and was the president at the presidency in 2023, I believe. I forget. It was 2019.
Okay.
COP 23.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that to say that our airplane out of LA uses 25% less CO2.
Right.
And that's big.
Yeah, they're super efficient aircraft. The newer planes especially are so much more environmentally good for the planet just because they burn less fuel. And that kind of, but let's not gloss over the amenities because, like, I think it was a Fiji Airways flight was the first flight I went on for a long haul carrier where we got on board. We were in economy, but we sat down. They gave us a packet of socks and eye covers and a blanket and all this. I'm like, what's this? I was like, no, this is our gift to you to get you used to the Fijian culture and just get you all settled in for your long flight, which is about 10, 11 hours. And you know what? We're 10 and a half. We're going to talk a little bit more about it because, like I said, this is part of going to Fiji. And I know it sounds silly, but I'm telling you, just the adventure of getting on these airplanes is going to be something. Well, I'll explain next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures Adventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explore Adventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit exploreadventures.com. That's exploreadventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
It was interesting scuba diving. I remember the first fish I saw. I could have sworn he took a double take at me like, what the
Bigger than you ever did, going everywhere you never been, all we do is dive in it.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Sakina is our guest right now from Fiji Airways. And I wanted to have her on because, you know, right now, if you go to FijiAirways.com, they do have some amazing prices and specials to get to Fiji from the west coast of the USA right now.
Absolutely.
They just in the last, a couple months, maybe a little bit longer than that, opened up to everybody, and they're really, rolling out the red carpet. And I'm telling you, once you get on one of these Fiji Airway flights, it really will be an eye-opener, especially if you haven't done a long-haul flight or flown on an international carrier with the clout and the status and the fresh fleet that they have there at Fiji Airways. It's quite an experience, and it is part of the adventure. As soon as you hop on the plane, you feel like you're in another country for sure, and feel like you're going to some place very special. And what I want to get into with you, Sakina, too, is how they set it up. Because if you're not used to doing a long haul flight, I mean, for CJ, you've never been over anything 4 hours or so, I'm guessing, on a flight. And Jerry, same for you, right?
Same.
Yeah. So none of our crew has done anything like a 10-hour, 11-hour flight before, and that can be a little intimidating for travelers thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to be on an airplane that long. But you guys have this down with the schedule. We leave very late at night, LA time. And then what do you do? How does this work?
It can look daunting, a little bit like when you want to do a workout. It looks hard, but once you do it, it's just fine. It's the same with flying a long haul.
Yeah.
So basically what we did is to make it simpler for everybody to leave after work, even from the East Coast, and then catch a flight in the evening, and in fact, in the night, out of LA or San Francisco or Vancouver, and then travel overnight and they arrive early in the morning, 2 days later, because you cross the date line, even though it took and that's the day you catch up on the way back. So you arrive in the morning, you work with your circadian rhythm, you have slept on the plane. Believe it or not, whether you're in business or in coach, you fall asleep because your body is telling you to fall asleep. On top of that, we serve you free wine, so that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that greases the wheel just a little bit there. Yeah.
And the food is free, the wine is free, and you arrive, you're ready to go. You actually can go dive on arrival. And what is great is that if you continue to the Northern Islands, to Taveuni or Vanua Levu, you take our twin otter and you have like this beautiful plane trip where you're above the turquoise water. I remember landing in Savu Savu one time. It was the last time I was there, and I saw a turtle coming out of the water.
Sweet.
Because we were getting close to the landing area, and I saw a turtle. I could not believe it out of the window. So, it's included in the price of the ticket. And
little
other
sightseeing tour there if you do some island hopping on those Twin Otters. Those are excellent aircraft as well. I mean, those are really, really nice island hopper type aircraft. Like you said, just to tour around in those. I mean, people pay big money just to do a touring flight of sightseeing flight. So you kind of get that as part of the deal with Fiji Airways. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I know, I did it like 10 years ago and I'm excited, but these other three as part of our Scuba Radio crew have no idea what is ahead of them. We haven't even got to the diving. I mean, obviously that's the main focus of what we're doing here. Now when we get to the islands, I know you've been there many times yourself. And and so what tips would you give, especially to Jerry, Kristen, and CJ, as far as their first time to the islands, as far as what they should see or maybe bring back as a souvenir? Or what do you think there, Sakina?
So tips first to remember, they speak English in Fiji. So you're totally comfortable traveling there and communicating. Secondly, when you arrive, there are cash machines, ATMs. You can take money out of the ATM. You do not necessarily have to change your money. You can just take it there. Souvenir, what I love to take back is rum. And there's one in particular that is absolutely great, which is the Ratu signature. Yes. 8 years. This is a must-have. It's not your typical rum. It tastes like liqueur.
Nice.
Also, very organic product. If you want to bring something that is very Fijian and a very natural, Pure Fiji and other brand produce soaps and lotions, etc., which are absolutely wonderful. And then you have to bring back your legendary Bula shirt.
A Bula shirt. Okay.
The Bula shirt, and I don't know if you can see, I know on the radio we can't see, but on the video you can see I'm wearing a top, and it has a print that is very familiar to the islands. In particular, in the Fiji Islands, there is a Fijian pattern that you can find that has a meaning, and you can buy the fabric, you can buy the Bula shirt, bring it back home. It is very Fijian. It is beautiful. You can even have clothes made for you, custom made in Fiji if you'd like.
Well, I think the plan is Jerry and CJ in particular are going to have grass skirts and coconut bras made. That's part of the Fijian culture. I've explained this to them that they have to do that. It's the law, isn't it?
Actually,
back me up here, please. Back me up, Skiing.
I'm sorry, I can't back you up on this.
Oh,
thank you.
That's fine. I'll get them boozed up on that liquor you were mentioning, and they'll do it.
The Fijians are very, very humble, and I cannot imagine them going around with coconut bra. They're very respectful, and to them, they're going to dress in a way that they feel is more appropriate to welcome their guests.
Right. Well, as they should, but Jerry and CJ should wear a coconut bra.
You know what you should wear, Greg, for a bra? You should wear like monkey hands.
What?
Monkey paws.
No, I don't even think they have monkeys. They don't have monkeys in Fiji, do they? There's not monkeys there.
No, not that I
see.
Bring your own.
Makes no sense.
Bring your own. Because you have a monkey heart.
On island,
oh, just stop it.
Monkey boy.
We'll drink some kava. Maybe we'll bring back a wooden kava bowl that they carved from the wood. That's a good souvenir, right?
Absolutely. I actually bring back some kava bowls and give them as gifts.
Right.
They're wonderful to put fruit or put on your table or...
Yeah.
Jerry can use it as a dip bowl.
That's right. Well, okay. Or use it to hold your rum that you pick up from Fiji. FijiAirways.com. Check it out and join us in Fiji. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Scuba. Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Dive, dive, dive.
I used to watch you at the Improv when I was starting out. It's like, you made me laugh so hard because I had just started learning to scuba dive. You did that bit about scuba diving and how the whole point of the sport is not to dive.
There's a fish, there's a rock, who cares? Don't dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy. And now we are joined by the dive god. Neil Watson is celebrating his birthday in Bimini. Everybody wishes they were him today. But it's good to be the dive god. Am I right there, Neil? How you doing?
Oh, dude, life could not be better. What a great weekend. Oh, my God.
I bet. What have you been up to? Did you get out on the boat?
Well,
or no?
Well, we came over yesterday on the fast ferry, my older brother and me.
Yeah.
I'm just a kid of 82. He's 85, and I'm having trouble keeping up with him. And we came over having a great day. This morning, we went out, and actually, my older brother used to have a dive operation in Freeport in the early 70s.
Yeah.
I was involved in it. It was a hotel called Victoria Inn and Scuba Club, and the dive operation was the Deep Freaks. Which,
the Deep Freaks, I love it. Yeah.
From my legend. So it's been a little while since he's been diving. So we went out this morning with number one son and did just an amazing reef dive, and then did the sharks.
Oh, wow.
Which
nice.
was outrageous. And, got in and cleaned up, and then went up to Stewart's Conch Shack, which is amazing. It's, just this little shack. You've been there.
Yeah.
It's right over the water.
Right.
They literally had pins set up with conchs, fresh conchs. They bring them out, open them, make the conch salad right there. I mean, it is like from ocean to your plate in 30 minutes. Collect beers. It don't get no better.
Oh, I bet. What a way to spend your birthday. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the Stewart's Conch Shack, they had, that is so cool. It's only in the Bahamas that I'm aware of. Maybe there's some other islands out there that do this, but like you said, they set up these little, it's like corralling cattle, but it's in the ocean, and they have their little conch pens or conch corrals, and they have him in there, and then he just goes over there when he needs one and fishes it out of the water and cuts it up and does the whole conch thing, and then, like you said, it's when it's fresh like that, it's pretty remarkable. Conch isn't the prettiest critter on the I don't know, that you would think that you could eat it. But man, do they know how to make that stuff taste remarkable. I mean, when it's fresh like that, it tastes like, Maine lobster to me. Is that a fair description there, Neil?
Amazing,
what do you think?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Aren't we going there in October?
The meat's raw, and it's marinated in lime juice and onions and peppers and whatever. And a cold collect beer, I mean, it's It's gourmet heaven.
There you go. Well, yeah, Vinny is all like, hey, we're going there in October. It sounds like I'm getting hungry. Yeah, so, yeah, we're going to spend a couple weeks in Fiji here in a week or so. And then when we get back, it'll be time for our little rendezvous there in Bimini. So have you ever had conch salad, Vinny? No, he's never had conch salad.
Nope.
That's on the list.
That's right.
On the list.
The other, he has to, they have a Bahamian Viagra. You're going to have to eat the pistol of the conch, Vinny. And then when you go in and you see those old ladies when you're painting your pumpkin, hey, nice ladies, I just had me some Bahamian Viagra. Right, Neil? It's a thing.
It is, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Vinny? You'll eat it, right? You'll stick it in your mouth and chew it up. And
I like fish. I like seafood.
Well, I think it counts.
Yeah.
The pistol of the conch, you got to eat that. And that's when they're cleaning the conch to make it into conch salad, that's one of the extra pieces that they offer up.
I had heard about that being an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
I had 6 conch pistols that only worked 12 times.
Well, see?
Well, there you go.
Yeah. All right. I think you just sold Vinny. Vinny's a taker. CJ and Bubble Boy, they've already had the conch.
Yeah, we did that,
pistol.
14 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still having an effect, isn't it?
None of your business.
Okay. I don't want to know. But Jerry the Diver Guy probably would. Well, he's not going on the October trip to Bimini.
Nope.
He's only doing Fiji. So we'll find some other, maybe while we're in Fiji, we can find some kind of critter that they'll clean up and let them eat the sex organ to see if it has an effect on Jerry.
Number one son is all excited about riding a private boat for us.
All right.
Check us out and do something special.
Well, I love it. Yeah, we got Stuart Cove going to be on board with us, and Walt DiMartini.
I'm going to make him wear a snorkel vest because that's what he made me do when I went to freaking Nassau.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
He wasn't on the boat, but he ran a private charter boat for me and some friends, and we got out to this snorkel site with sharks, and she said, "Well, you have to put on this vest." I said, "Excuse, you know who I am?"
Oh, brother.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. But you know what?
Yeah. What?
I put on the vest.
You did it anyway. Yeah. So
well,
she didn't know any better, or was Stuart doing that to punk
policy.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's insurance, right?
It's lawyers.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. When we go back, in October, we're going to do a little run. That'll spend a whole day in Bimini. And, we'll have to raise one if we can't get together before then for your birthday. But I figure, you have probably plenty of opportunities to kind of tie it on over the weekend that you're there in Bimini today, right? Is that right, Neil?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to do another dive tomorrow. I'm not sure what else, but actually I'm staying in an Airbnb that my son handles. It is the view of a lifetime. I mean, it's like.
Oh, is that the one up on the hill that oversees the beach?
Up on the hill. It's called the Cirrhosis by the Sea. A buddy of mine owns it.
Yeah.
And it's got this beautiful porch out front, right on the ocean. I mean, I'm looking at boats out, people swimming and whatever. It's just amazing.
Love it. Incredible. All right. Well, we may have to. Yeah, we may have to take advantage of that sometime, if nothing else, while we're there for the day. Take a little run around the island. I mean, Bimini is not massive, and you really can see a lot of it. Just taking a golf cart around, and it's just fun just to see all the sights, but so picturesque. And the closest Bahamian island to the States. Yeah.
The ferry's cool. I mean, you leave it. The ferry boat leaves the dock in Fort Lauderdale at 9:00. And you're tied up in or in Bimini at 11:00.
Nice.
I mean, it's 2 hours. It's a nice ride, beautiful boat, and then you got the whole day. You could dive that afternoon, dive the next day. Doesn't leave. We'll leave at 6:00 tomorrow evening, so we've got the whole day to do stuff. We'll do a couple of dives in the morning, and then hang out and party and drive around the island. And
well, there you go. I mean, Bimini is just one of my favorite islands on the planet, for that matter, let alone, in the Bahamas. It's just so nice. And like you said, very accessible. So we'll get over there in October, but I appreciate you checking in on your birthday. We'll let you get back to the celebrating as you should, and just lay the groundwork for our visit in October. Okay, Neil?
Absolutely, my friend.
All right.
Later.
Happy birthday.
We'll toast you tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, there you go. The dive god, Neil Watson, in Bimini. What better way to spend your birthday? Oh my
Love
gosh. Yeah, and he kind of started diving in the Bahamas in Bimini. Neil is responsible for starting that whole activity there. So he's quite the man. So when you walk around the island in Bimini with Neil, they're like, "Hey, Neil!" Hey, he's a friggin' rock star, as he should be. So we'll do that in October. So we got a lot on the diving dance card. Fiji,
pretty sweet.
Bimini. We'll have to throw a few extra things in there too. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. It is good to be me. I will say, getting ready to go to Fiji in a little over a week. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Go ahead.
It is good to be me.
I know.
I mean, I'm not like Neil Watson in
No,
the
God,
Bimini,
no. Not in
But
any way.
but I get to go to Bimini in October, and we get to go to Fiji.
Yeah,
here in
I'm
a little over a
excited,
week.
man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we got a lot going on right now. It's a good time to be alive.
Damn straight.
Yeah. I mean, Jerry the Diver guy's pretty happy, I think.
Dang straight I am.
Yeah, what have you been doing the whole show? He's been looking down at his phone, like very studious.
Gay porn
today. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get some stuff worked out here, Greg.
Okay, he's getting planned. This is a big adventure for all of us, with the exception of Vinny Two Tanks and Barry the Bugger, who are not going, and Bubble Boy. They
suck up, losers.
Yeah, we got to have people to stay back and hold back, hold down the fort so we can rub it in when we're
I'm content.
abroad.
I had 38 dives.
Got 38 dives in Indonesia, so you think you have one up on us? I don't.
No, I'm just content.
Okay, all right. Well, when we get to Fiji,
I would love to be going to Fiji with you guys.
We will break your spirit. Don't worry.
We will. We will.
Hey,
make
they're
you feel
running a special right now, Beanie, $899.
I know. I actually checked it. For less than $900, you could get a round trip flight from LAX to Fiji. I can join you guys.
Hey, well, you know what? Book it. And Fijian Islands are a huge. They have a lot of islands, so we can definitely avoid you at all costs once you arrive. But you're welcome to travel the same time we're there in the islands. Barry, what do you think?
I think that you're going to have some beautiful weather, and the sea surface temperature is around 81 degrees today.
Nice. Wait, you've been looking at Fiji weather?
Yeah.
Wow, Barry is like a glutton for punishment, isn't
Really?
No, I just want to make sure that you have a good time.
Look at that. Look at Barry.
Yeah,
Look at him go.
He's sucking up, Greg.
No,
What?
no. As I said, when I realized how much Greg changes underwater, I figured he should have a good time.
Changes what underwater?
His underwear.
The way that you just zen out when you're underwater.
Ah, yes. Well, that is true. I will definitely
And
be
by zen out, you mean swim away from his buddy?
possibly. Could happen. I mean, 2 weeks is a long time to travel together with our crew. So we'll see if
Bunch of conch suckers.
Oh, hey, no, they don't do that in Fiji. They do that.
What
They
did
do
you
that in the
say?
Bahamas.
Nothing. Nothing.
Go back to sleep, Benny. So, but anyway, yeah, it'll be a good time. And, we've planned for every contingency that I can think of, including COVID.
Don't say that word.
Well, I mean,
God,
we got to go.
Put that out there.
No, we got to jump. We have our travel
Thank you,
insurance and everything. If God forbid anything happens, we're all covered, and we have contingency plans.
Oh, I would
place.
recommend you bring some tests with you if you got them.
Already got it done. All set. We're good.
Do you have an extra pair of flip flops for Jerry?
No, he's going to go. We're going to call him Shoeless Joe, Shoeless Jerry. That's right. He's not bringing any flip flops because all he'll do is lose them. So there's that. But yeah, there was a story this week, believe it or not, where the Chinese are testing fish for COVID. Did you guys see this?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
What do they do? Eat them?
I don't know, but
fish heads.
They're trying to. They're testing the fish for COVID. They don't think fish can transmit COVID. Because they don't have lungs, and it's an airborne illness, right, or virus.
I'm sure.
But they're saying the fishermen may interact with foreign fishermen off the coast of China, and if that fisherman has COVID and he touches the fish, and then they transfer it that way. So they're testing their fish. And they have pictures and videos of the Chinese swabbing the mouth of fish. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Okay, I think China should chill out with the testing stuff.
Yeah.
Given what's happened in the last
Leave
couple of
the
years.
fish alone.
They put little masks on them.
No, I think
Their
China's
stuff
probably
tends
pretty
to
smart.
leak and infect the planet.
Well, okay.
Not that I'm pissed off.
Wait. Hold on. Vinny says who's smart?
I think I wouldn't. I think the Chinese people know what they're doing.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. So you would encourage the testing of fish for COVID?
Hey, they've been right about a lot of things, and that could be one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Communism.
Well, usually they're right because they create it.
Okay.
Well,
All
that's what I said. That's the point. Very good point there.
Oh, I see. He's getting all deep and like in the sense that he's like they're doing this on purpose.
Possible.
Oh, well.
Possible.
I don't know, but I think it's crazy.
Oh.
And that was the point of bringing up that story. I think it's nuts. You're going to start swabbing fish for COVID? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
Yeah, but you never know.
Well, okay. I think it's ridiculous. And like you said, if we get it, we'll deal with it, and it's fine.
Like when China decided not to fly the MAX, and it's a good thing they didn't because the plane crashed the second time, and a bunch of people got killed. But China didn't happen in China, so they called it.
I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking about the Boeing 737 MAX.
Yeah.
Right.
You remember the plane? The first plane went down, and then.
Yeah,
so they learned their lesson.
No, they don't.
Chinese
but they didn't tell us about it.
It's the pilot error. But China said no, we're not going to allow the plane to fly. And then a couple days later, another Boeing went down, and a bunch of people got killed. So
right, but they
called it right.
Not really. Their pilots aren't trained properly, Vinny.
Vinny probably shouldn't travel to Taiwan.
There you go. You sound like the chairman of Boeing.
Bing dang ow.
Hey.
We too low.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
No.
Holy shit.
No. No. That's not. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll have to watch the movie The Downfall.
No, it will not.
You'll learn something about Boeing.
If that's on, no, I have no desire to do that whatsoever. But U.S. pilots are trained much better, Vinny. So even if there was a mechanical issue with those planes, which evidently there was a problem with the software, the American pilots didn't have a problem flying them. They were able to fly them and compensate.
Did they do a manual override?
Yes. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case with the Chinese pilots. That's the truth of the matter. Now, you can watch whatever, Chinese propaganda you want online, mister.
Commie. You commie bastard.
We love all people. We love all people.
It seems normal to me because all the best scuba gear is made in the U.S., so I get it.
Okay.
Now he's coming around.
Yeah.
I still think he's a Chinese spy.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder. Yeah. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, he lives in L.A. We expect him to
I spent a couple months in Hong Kong once. I got to know the vibe. I got the vibe.
Yeah, got the meet the locals.
Rash.
Whoa, hey!
It's got the rash to prove it.
Yeah, that's where.
Okay, ointment.
That's not that. Yeah, they're going to be swabbing something. Let me put it that way.
Go away.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm ready to go. Are you?
Yep. Let's go. Let's go. It's happy hour.
It's time. It's time.
We're closing up shop 4 minutes early.
God help us all.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Right. We got to start getting our list of souvenirs we want to bring back for the people that we're going to tell, say, suck it losers when we're in Fiji. But we got to bring something back.
I might get a tat.
A tattoo? Another tattoo?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, the guys are
like
going to get some ink.
I want to be cool like Jerry.
Really? You're going to get a Jerry's face on your arm?
Sure. How funny would that be?
Out on your butt cheek. Which butt cheek?
And when I flex, it'll say, "What's going on?"
Hey, Jerry could get your lips on his butt cheeks, like Walt was talking about last week.
Now that's over.
Okay.
No, I won't go
Maybe
there.
after some kava.
Inappropriate.
After some kava.
That'll do it for this week. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
With melted cheddar.
Where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.